Good morning. Good morning to you. It is, what is today? Today is Wednesday, correct? Yes. Wednesday, May 18th, 2022. Very exciting setup here. I had to get my screen in order. I wasn't sure. I look like I'm a little, I don't know. It's my t-shirt. You know, I've worn a t-shirt for 30 years and same t-shirt, same company, same everything, 100% cotton t-shirt. And I got a new batch of t-shirts and they're terrible. The neck is just awful. I mean, how can this be? Can you see this? Look at this. Terrible. Terrible. You know, just when people say things are getting better, like they're not talking about my t-shirt because it's not good at all. So anyway, how are you this morning? Very important as a host on a live stream to check the chat, make sure the chat's doing good, make sure they're happy. My chat's doing very, very well because they're not here. They're somewhere else. They don't hang out with me. We've gone over it. It's not a good situation. They don't like me. So that's okay. If you want to ever come and hang out, we're good. I mean, even though I have a bad collar. So what did you think about the live stream yesterday? It's a little different than what I normally do. I talked a lot more about my business and the struggles that we're encountering in this market. I don't know. Kind of yesterday it was just one of those days that just took all the energy right out of me. I mean, it was bad. The only thing I can say, positive was at least after I got going, I was able to accomplish a lot of things for the rest of the day. Not as many as I would have liked, but still. So I did want to start with the announcements early because I want you to be aware, especially the people that actually, watch daily, weekly. I am going to miss two, like a white, and it's not, I don't know. There, let me get all my scratching out of the way. Jeez. Next week, a friend asked me to go on a road trip to Canton, Ohio to pick up something. A Volkswagen bus. I don't know if it's going to be on Monday. Well, I know it's not going to be on Monday. I don't know if it's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday or if it's going to be Wednesday and Thursday. It's a 10-hour drive up there for us and then, 10 hours back. So that I'm going to have to miss 2 days. It's good for me to get out. I love road trips. Love to get out and see the world. Gas prices are ridiculous. So that'll be a bad thing. But anyway, while I'm gone, there will be no live streams. Okay. There will be no live streams. There will be on social media, clips from past shows that I've never got around to editing and stuff like that. I probably won't work on that on this weekend because this weekend's looking dicey as far as plans. I don't know how I'm going to get through it, actually. Then Monday, I should be editing. I'm thinking we're leaving Tuesday, but I'm not quite sure. It's either going to be Tuesday and Wednesday or Wednesday and Thursday. But just know that I'm fine. I'm good. We're okay. And that I just have to get out for a little bit. So that's that. Do I have anything going on of interest? Let's just talk about my evening since we're here. In St. Louis this time of the year, the weather is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty nice out. And so I've been spending a lot of time at night outside, just in the backyard, just, checking my phone, enjoying the time with my wife. And last night we went to sleep. We got done and, we went inside and didn't think anything of it. I went to watch some TV, actually. I heard some rain, which was unusual. I mean, it wasn't like I saw it coming, and didn't think anything of it. Still just went to bed. I figured, the day's over. Wake up in the middle of the night, hear this terrible thunderstorm going through. And now do you know what it's like to wake up and have these random, worries and concerns? Well, here's my two concerns when I woke up. One, that the wind is going to blow the table over. And I have a table the picnic table is tile. And I've had to replace the tiles before because the wind blew the picnic table over. But then the other fear was that the wind was going to take the umbrella and rip it apart too. The picnic table umbrella. I've never had that happen, but I was just scared that that's what was going to happen. I can't remember, but I thought that the last time that the table got tipped over, it was because of the umbrella. I thought that the umbrella was up and it just blew over. But I don't know. And so here I am awake, can't get to sleep, scared to death about this tile falling off the table and this umbrella. And it's not like I can't buy a new umbrella, and it's not like I can't buy a new tile. But then the concern came, I'm having a graduation party for one of the kids, and it's like, if the table were to be destroyed this week, we couldn't get another one in time. We couldn't fix it in time. We're booked. I mean, I've got work. I'll have work anytime I'm not helping with graduation. It'll be working this week. So, getting it ready. So, I mean, I don't know. The fear is real at 2:00 in the morning, but at the same time, it's not. If it would have broken today, we'd have been fine. I'd have figured something out. So, I don't know. I don't know how to. That was a bad story. The point of the story was we have these fears in the middle of the night that we don't have during the day. And it's silly. But it came in, it ended up being a story about nothing happening. And, 5 minutes of me doing it. I'm working. I'm trying to get better. I had 2 new subscribers last night to the live stream. Thank you. It is hard to get subscribers for me. I see all these videos, how to get like 1,000 subscribers in a week. I've done 101 live streams. I'm at 12 subscribers now. Slowly but surely we build it. And, I mean, there's things I could do differently. There's no question. Like, first of all, you don't even know who I am. Like, so who am I? Well, I'm John Schenk. I'm the managing broker, the founder of Deerwood Realty in St. Louis, Missouri. We're a small primarily residential firm. We help buyers buy homes and sellers sell theirs. I'm also a commentator now on YouTube. We talk about some pop culture, but not much because I don't really get it. I'm a little too old. And we talk about real estate. We talk about articles that make no sense, articles that do make sense, and we try to make some sort of understanding or some sort of sense of what these articles are about and how relevant are they to the St. Louis market, how relevant are they to the local area and then the national area. One of the things that I've been enjoying on the live streams is that we'll get people from different, like I live in the suburbs, okay, and there's a certain way that people live in the suburbs and then across the country. And then there's people that have live in very dense populations. Like, they live in Boston or New York City. And it's just like, it's not the way I live. So it's fascinating to hear from them about how they do things. And then there's how I do things here. So anyway, I don't know. I've had a good run. Like I said, yesterday was the 101st live stream on the Deerwood Realty live stream channel. Let's just go over. Did I make a bungle? Did I bungle my brand by? I had a main channel and it was doing well, Deerwood Realty, and it still is doing well. And those are where I put the podcasts. Okay, and I have 68 subscribers right now on the Deerwood Realty main channel. But I was noticing my engagement, my stats were terrible on the live stream. I don't think it was so bad. I think it was just totally different than the podcast. Because on the podcast, we talk about one subject. I have some thoughts on it, and then I cut it. It's not very long. What my goal was is if you were going out, you could listen to like 4 of them in a day, and you'd feel like you'd really accomplish something. That was why I've done it that way. And then I got the ability to do like live streaming, and I got the ability to, talk to guests. And so then I wanted to do that on my live stream because I didn't know how long it would take. And I didn't necessarily want my podcast and my live stream to be kind of stuck together. So I started the live stream channel. And that may have been a mistake. Like I said, I've done 101 episodes. I'm stuck right now with 12 subscribers. So, and then I'm not growing my other channel because it takes a long time to do a YouTube live stream and then do a podcast. And then I do have another live stream that I do at night. It's Our Nature of Employment. I haven't done it in a while. I'm probably going to get back to it tonight because I just enjoy streaming. I'm not very good at it, but maybe I'll get better if I keep doing it, or maybe not. I don't know. They're like, if somebody were to say, what's the end game for you? What is your goal here? I don't really have one. And they say, well, that's why you're screwing up. It's like, well, no, I don't think so. I think sometimes if we look at the numbers too closely, we can limit ourselves. As an example, I used to run the numbers on my channels every day, views, time watched, all this stuff every day. And I used to do it before I would do my show. And the numbers were never going to be good enough for me to be happy about the show. Some days they were going to go up, but they wouldn't have gone up high enough. And some days they were going to go down, and they shouldn't have gone down in my mind. So I was stuck in this spot where I was just being controlled by these numbers. And the numbers are kind of artificial. I mean, we don't really know if they're even close to being accurate. I mean, if you've seen the Twitter situation, Twitter put on the SEC filings that their bots and spam accounts only account for about 5% of their total platform. And Elon Musk is saying that's close to 45, 50%. I mean, that's significant. So, can we assume that it's true on YouTube? Can we assume that it's true on other platforms? I mean, I think it seems to me obvious that there's going to be, spam and fake accounts all over the place. That doesn't surprise me at all, but I guess I can't believe that Twitter would file that there's only 5%. That just seems like a bit low. Anyway, so I would look at these statistics and they would be sad for me, no matter what they were, even if they were like, yesterday I got 2 subscribers, I should have had 4. And then I'd go on and the show would kind of fall flat because I was not wanting, it made me not want to do the show. And the same thing is true now. It's like, I like to do the show. Like, my natural state is I like to do a live stream every day. I like to talk about the things that are affecting me in real estate. And I like to talk about employment issues. I think those are fantastic. I think we're divorced from reality in our jobs. And I think it's just fascinating. So that live stream is enjoyable. But looking at those stats every morning before you go on was not a great motivator. And so I've stopped doing it. If I do, I think I look at, I think I've set up, like, in the past 2 weeks, I look at it once a week, not daily. And even then it's going to be after the show. And, we all want to be doing well on YouTube. I mean, I want to be monetized like everyone else. But if it never happens and I just have the stream and you show up and enjoy it with me, that's fine. It's okay. We'll take it. So that being said, I think it's time to go look at some articles. I think it's time to go see what's out there in the world. I think I need to check on something before. Okay, good. So I was watching well, I was looking at Google search, the trends, and I came across this article. I found it to be very fascinating, and I wanted to share it with you because I wanted to show you like the context. Okay. So here we go. It says New York City restaurants yawn at Grubhub's citywide free lunch promotion. And this is on May 12th, 2022. It says, this is from the New York Post. It says, Grubhub is offering to pick up the tab for lunch across New York City next week, and restaurants are yawning. The barrage of freebies from food delivery companies, including rivals Uber Eats and DoorDash, as well as grocery apps like Getter, GoPuff, and Gorillas that deliver items within minutes, is reaching new heights, experts say. There isn't a week that goes by that I don't get a promotion from one of these delivery companies, said restaurant owner Andrew Schnipper, who owns burger chain Schnippers. They're all beating the hell out of each other to win business. Yes, try being a real estate agent. It's great. The latest from Grubhub is a promotion promising a free lunch to anyone who wants one on May 17th. Diners won't be able to spend more than $15 for the meal, and they will still be on the hook for other surcharges like tax and tip. If the order exceeds $15, the customer gets a $15 discount. But restaurant owners who were alerted by the promotion by Grubhub this week are not expecting it to overwhelm their eateries because food delivery discounts have become increasingly common. Fresh & Company Chief Executive George Tenidos is among them. The quick service breakfast and lunch chain is not expecting to get a big boost from the promotion. If someone has forgotten about us over the past 2 years, the promotion might remind them, he added. Schnipper said, I presume we'll be busier on May 17th, but he wasn't planning to staff up or purchase more food, he said. Just last week, Schnipper said, Grubhub sent his daughter an offer of $20 off an order of $25 or more. We've executed similar programs of scale in the past, Grubhub spokesperson Christopher Crouchier admitted in an email to the Post. We're excited to launch this initiative and deliver free lunch to thousands of New Yorkers while reminding them about the importance of taking a lunch break. You know, I don't need to be reminded by a food delivery service to take a lunch break. Like, seriously, like, you're not helping me. Don't stop with this bullshit like you're helping me. Not helping me at all. You're trying to make money. Grubhub is tying the promotion to the fact that more New Yorkers are returning to their offices, but has extended it to the 5 boroughs as well as surrounding areas of New York and New Jersey. That includes most counties in the Garden State, Long Island, and parts of Pennsylvania. On Tuesday, customers can log into the free app between the hours of 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. and submit their order using the promo code FREELUNCH. Grubhub has struggled since the lifting of the pandemic-era lockdown measures as diners have resumed eating at restaurants. The app has been steadily losing market share to competitors, including DoorDash, which is now the largest delivery service in New York City. Fresh & Company, for one, has convinced more customers to order directly from its website, largely at the expense of Grubhub, Tenidos said. Before the pandemic, about 60% of the chain's takeout orders were generated by third-party app companies and primarily from Grubhub, but now that number has shrunk to 40%, Tenidos said, with his chain generating 60% of the orders directly. Grubhub, along with the entire delivery sector, is also under regulatory pressure in a number of large cities that are introducing legislation to curb the fees it charges restaurants. Last year, Grubhub was acquired by European conglomerate JustEatTakeaway.com. Last month, the company said it's exploring a partial or full sale of Grubhub. I don't know what to think of that. So here's what we've got. We've got an announcement, basically, in the New York Post that says, hey, we're going to have a free lunch day promotion. Grubhub's going to do it. Okay. And so the Post goes out and finds people and they say, you know what? I'm not real interested. Because every day somebody runs a promotion, DoorDash, someone else. And it's like, I don't know, it's a lot of noise. So, all right, let's go to, this was on the 12th. Then let's go on. The free lunch program was the 17th. Let's go here. It says, BuzzFeed News posted 17 hours ago, Grubhub was getting 6,000 orders a minute during its promo today that left restaurant workers stressed and customers hangry. One unhappy customer was 3,630th in line to talk to Grubhub's customer service about his missing order when he gave up. Well, what do we make of this? Was the post article wrong on the 11th? Now, this is the benefit of hindsight is 2020. In hindsight, it was announced that there was going to be free lunches offered by Grubhub. It seems like a bad idea, but they say they've done it before. Let's get to the article here. It says, a delivery app marketing campaign offering a free lunch, also known as a $15 promo code valid for 3 hours, sent customers and restaurant workers alike into a spiral on Tuesday as thousands of orders jammed the system and disgruntled New Yorkers tweeted through their hunger pains. Grubhub's New York City campaign on May 17th touted the physical and mental benefits of eating lunch, but yielded dozens of complaints, canceled orders, and service workers telling BuzzFeed News they were exhausted trying to keep up. A worker named Lily, in charge of packing orders at a Mexican restaurant in Harlem, said since the restaurant's delivery driver couldn't keep up with demand, she ordered an Uber and hand-delivered 11 orders herself. Insanity, she told BuzzFeed News over text. Grubhub told BuzzFeed News that at times during the promotion that ran from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., the app was averaging 6,000 orders per minute. It got overwhelming, said Brandon Ching, who was working at the counter at Greenberg's Bagels, a popular sandwich spot in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. We were short-staffed today, so it really added an extra stress to my day. And customers were frustrated at the delays. Ebenezer Akon told BuzzFeed News he was 3,630th in line to talk to Grubhub's customer service when he gave up after waiting more than an hour for food and went to get something from across the street from his apartment. Like, I hate to say it, but yeah, you could have just done that. Blake, who didn't want to use his last name, said the small Brooklyn cafe he ordered from received 200 orders in 5 minutes as soon as the promo began, so they reluctantly had to cancel orders, including his. It's been a complete disaster, Nathaniel, a Manhattan resident who asked that his name not be used, told BuzzFeed News. He'd been thrilled that his order from a highly rated sushi restaurant went through, but after an hour of waiting, no response from the restaurant and nothing from Grubhub, he canceled the order. I hope they get blasted for this extremely poorly thought out promo, he said. One of BuzzFeed's News' own called Blue Ribbon Fried Chicken in Manhattan to check on her order after it was marked closed on the app, and an employee said they had done so to handle the 47 filled orders that hadn't been picked up. Of course, plenty of customers were thrilled with their free lunch. Remember that giving a company your email address and phone number, both required to make an order, is a valuable thing for a company to have, filling up previously empty Manhattan salad spots to pick up now much cheaper overpriced salad. I don't really understand that. I don't understand this line in that. Of course, plenty of customers were thrilled at their free lunch. Remember that giving a company your email address and phone number, both required to make an order, is a valuable thing for a company to have, filling up previously empty Manhattan salad spots to pick up now much cheaper overpriced salad. I don't know if that was a joke. And they've got tweets. I love news articles that contain tweets because it's just lazy and easy. It's both. Some people had anticipated a possible crash. One Twitter user said they had their Grubhub order ready the second the promotion began. I was on Grubhub at 11 with my food in the cart and like I was waiting on a drop. I don't have food. I probably won't get food. This flop is the funniest thing ever. New Yorkers turned Grubhub into a Telfar drop. Podcast manager Femi Redwood told BuzzFeed News. Customers may be frustrated about not getting a product they wanted, but for service industry workers, it was a day of nonstop stress. We really got slammed by it today, said Ching from Greenberg's Bagels. It was just nonstop all day. Normally the deli would get less than 10 Grubhub orders, which Ching noted is one of the least used delivery apps per day. On Tuesday, 50 orders came through in an hour. After that, Ching lost count. He didn't know about the promo in advance. One of his regulars alerted him. Although the other delivery apps had less orders as so many people took advantage of the offer, the increased number of orders definitely impacted the workers. We're pretty exhausted, Ching told BuzzFeed News. We're one person short. Normally have two people in the kitchen. There was only one. Imagine one person doing every Grubhub ticket. Some of us had to jump on the line. Our prep guy had to make sandwiches for a little bit. The other manager was making sandwiches. It's pretty much all hands on deck. Employees at restaurants include inside DeKalb Market, a food hall in downtown Brooklyn, expressed varying levels of stress. The workers at both Dan and John's Wings and Han Dynasty said they didn't know about any sort of promotion, but they had seen a massive influx in pickup orders afternoon. By 2 p.m., both restaurant counters were flooded with dozens of orders waiting to be picked up and fielding calls about missing orders. Manuel, a Grubhub delivery driver who did not give his last name, told BuzzFeed News it was a crazy lunch day, but he was just doing the best that he could to deliver as many orders as possible. A spokesperson from Grubhub sent BuzzFeed News a statement following the fiasco. It's clear New Yorkers were hungry for lunch. While we knew 72% of New York workers call lunch the most important meal of the day, our free lunch promotion exceeded all expectations. Like, what was your promotion designed to do? Piss people off? Earlier, you said it was like to remind people that they should eat lunch. I mean, they look at the news that they generated. Look, our app crashes when so many people order from it. Today's campaign received 6 times more orders than a similar promo last year, they said. The company's statement mentioned that initial demand temporarily overwhelmed the app and served customers an error message that was rectified so New Yorkers could enjoy their much-deserved lunch. Like, I love this. It's like we didn't have any problems at all. Everything's fine. Even if we did have a problem, it was just minor. As the so-called free lunch transformed into a free early dinner or missed opportunity, New Yorkers have been memeing their way through their hangar. And then they've got these little things here. A lot of us haven't eaten because we've been waiting for our orders just for them to get canceled. Leilani, a Manhattanite, told BuzzFeed News, I don't understand what Grubhub was expecting, to be honest. Well, they were expecting to generate headlines so more people would use their app. Yeah. Aaron Fred from the Upper East Side told BuzzFeed News no one ever answered her calls for help, but Grubhub did ask her to complete a satisfaction survey about her experience. I hate you, she wrote. That's stupid. I mean, lunch is a problem. I don't know about you. Let me do this. I'm going to go back to here, and we're going to go here. Lunch is a problem. I agree with that. I work from my house. I have a home office, and I don't want to eat the food at the house for lunch. I don't want to make the food. I want to go out. I want to get something warm and not healthy. And I know that's bad. But I don't live in New York City. I don't even understand how one could. The idea of me ordering delivery for lunch is it's just not going to happen. But it's my age. I don't even, like when I want to order pizza, like I just go get it. Like it doesn't bother me at all to get in the car and go get food. I'm totally good with that. I'm confused. Like I'm just confused by any other setup. So that's just me. But I don't. There's something going on with, like, you have these companies that promote stuff. They do a terrible job. Their spokespeople say, like, "Hey, it was wonderful. This was so great, and we've helped the environment, and we've helped everyone," and it's just all crap. Like it's all made up. Nothing real at all. I mean, you just irritated people. It just can't be a good. It can't be a good way to go about advertising. I mean, I'm no expert. Okay, there's a lot of people in the real estate space, and our voices get drowned out pretty quickly. But man, can you imagine? It's just bad. It's just bad. So let's get into some other things today, right? Let me get back to the good. Let me get back to this because we'll have problems if we don't. Wanted to look at the rates. It was on Deerwood Realty, STL.com. I'm not saying you have to go there to get the rates. You can get the rates anywhere. These are pretty close to, something. It's something to go over. So 5.45%, up from 5.37% yesterday. We'd gotten a little reprieve. Not good. Not good. Not going to be helpful. The housing market. We need to be about, I don't know. Let's go back. I'm sorry if I'm making you sick from scrolling. If we can stay under 5.5%, okay. The main thing is just your affordability has just gone out the window. It may have already been out the window when you were at 300,000 at 2%. For the price of the house. I don't know how they're gonna do the statistics, but how do you explain at 2%, 2 and 3%, a $300,000 house? Okay, that's fine. But then at 5%, 5.5%, the people that could afford that $300,000 house now can afford like $150,000 house. How do you set the? How do you set that up in your mind? Like, hey, honey, we're going to go buy a $400,000 house, and then the rates change, and it's like, oh, now we're going to buy a $200,000 house. Obviously, there's a difference in the quality of a $400,000 home and a $200,000 home, at least in the characteristics. I wouldn't say quality. I looked at a home this weekend that was, I think, $380,000, and it was so beat up. It was so beat up. Everything about it needed to be redone. It was terrible. So I wouldn't say that the quality of the home is necessarily, but the features. It had a pool. I think that's kind of something that we're going to have to be working with going forward. Now, this doesn't play into my story very well of what I had to deal with this weekend. We had a buyer that may have been able to afford about a $250,000 home that's now down, searching in the 190s, 180s. Because of the same payment per month. I don't think that's great. But at the same time, if that's what they have to do, that's what they have to do. I don't know what's going to happen. I never do. I can tell you that, 4 years ago, there were houses that were terrible that I told buyers that were awful, and they were awful, and they were not good deals at the time. Somebody did buy those houses, and now they're sitting on, 50% of, or like 30% more equity in the house just by living in it. Is it real? Yeah. People are paying it, so it's real. But even then, the people that bought the stuff that I thought they should buy, they did even better because because we know what a quality house looks like. Anyway, that's where I'm at on that. Let's continue down the path. I had looked at real estate in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know, maybe a couple months back, and it was pretty terrible. Now, granted, this was in the middle of the winter, and I suspect Omaha is quite similar to St. Louis in their patterns. Like, people tend to move during, the spring and summer, and so the listings tend to be coming on the spring and summer. So anyway, I picked 3 houses. This is the first one. $2.9 million. Let's just say 3. 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths, 12,000 square feet on about a half-acre lot. Been on the market 13 days. It's got a 7-car garage. It's built in 2004. I like the 7-car garage. I did see that it had been listed in 2020, but it hasn't been listed that entire time, I don't think. Let's look at the property details. Experience luxury living in this completely updated 1.5-story home, or 1.5, with over 12,000 square feet in the Ridges. This magnificent 5-bedroom, 9-bath, 7-car garage with 1,608 square foot sport court with garage door and saltwater pool with 35-foot custom water slide is your very own personal resort. That was a long sentence. The main level of this home begins with entering. Oh, I don't like when people do this. I hate the W/. Entering in its stunning beauty with 2-story ceiling heights with an amazing view of private backyard oasis. The design details cannot be overlooked with the custom wine room, 2-story fireplace, beautiful wood flooring, custom cabinetry in the kitchen with quartz countertops, hearth room, living room, loft with windows to overlook court and pool. Large master suite with separate closets and vanities. The deck overlooking court features glass floor to overlook car collection and garage below. Bonus room upstairs, and each bedroom has private bath and large walk-in closets. Lower level entertaining dream, wet bar, rec area, movie room, family room, exercise room, pool room with wet bar and garage doors, Elkhorn schools, and perfect location. Well, 71 pictures. That's 21 too many pictures for me. It's on a cul-de-sac. There's a house right there. I'm going to spend $3 million for this. I guess that's the entrance. I don't know. We're going to do this where we have these random pictures, and I'm supposed to figure out where we're at. Okay, there's the front door, I'm guessing. Who does? Is there a bike? There's a motorcycle in the house? Why? Like another motorcycle? Are we just putting motorcycles in the house? Okay. I mean, who doesn't want a 35-foot water slide in their pool? I mean, I get it. I don't understand. Like I don't have a floor plan in the first bit, so I don't know where I'm looking. I don't know what we're just randomly taking pictures and shooting stuff. What room are we in? I don't know. And there's a glass floor to see the. I mean, is this the sport court or more stuff? Oh, look at trampoline. I'd say it's an interesting home. I think we're looking at. We were looking at. That looks like. I mean, this right here, picture 47, looks like the front door of the house. Why are we like, who does this? And the person likes to wear boots. Clearly, they're different pairs of boots. Okay. Well, I mean, you see it. Let me check the chat. Oh, there's no one there. Okay. Next house, 2.4 million. So we're down $500,000. 5 bedrooms, 6 baths, 6,758 square feet. 54 days on the market, 4-car garage, property details. Nestled in the serene nature of the sanctuary, a remarkable home built by Ken Osterholm. Sophistication, stunning spaces, and like new. Huh. Well, I mean, it's only built in 2017. Spacious and open main floor living using gorgeous woods, materials, details, and superb workmanship. Spa-like en suite. 2nd bedroom on main or office, plus a dream come true pantry. I don't know about that. A back stairway leads to a private loft bedroom with endless possibilities. Beautiful lower level has 2 additional bedrooms and every amenity to entertain or kick back and relax. Fitness center with glass garage doors to bring the outside in on another flexible space. She's also smart, stylish, and full of the latest technology, a gated entry, fire pit, and also plumbed and ready for a pool. Okay. I mean, I'd like to get inside. There we go. Now we're inside. 8 pictures in. We're good. I mean, it's nice. This is a nice looking house. I like it. I mean, there's only so much you can do with a house. You know, oh, there's a nice laundry room. There's a bathroom. I mean, I can figure that out. There's a toilet, so there you go. And then we're just going through here. That's a heck of a closet. Odd space there. I don't exactly know what we're doing. I'm guessing this is the basement, but I don't know. Okay. 2.4 million. You buying this house, you buying the other house. The other house looks bigger, but it's got more stuff in it. Needs a special buyer. So this one here is 80 pictures. Got a 3-day, it's $2.3 million. Got 80 pictures. That's too much for me. 8 days on the market, built in 2012. It's got a 4-car garage, 7,294 square feet on a 1.2 acre lot. Kind of like that. It's been listed not too bad. April, January, March, I'm sorry. March, and now it's back on the market. It was up at 2.495. Property details. Happy spring and summer. This 5-bedroom, 7-bathroom, 1.5 story is ready for you. The spacious layout on 1.2 acres in town and is a rare find in Legacy. I guess that's the subdivision, I'm guessing. Enjoy the incredible outside living space with pool storage, and bathroom. I don't know what that's about. Sauna, fireplace, and gas fire pit areas, and play some bocce ball. Interior features include vaulted ceilings, 3 fireplaces, formal dining, beautiful kitchen and island with walk-in butler pantry, heated tile floors, and den. Enjoy the lower level with craft room, workout room, bedroom, and wet bar. Home has 2 separate 2-car garages for a total of 4 large garage spaces. All this and so much more in quality and craftsmanship. Call for a personal tour today. That's right. Give some reason for me to call, like, you know, do some call to action. Very important. Just looking at something real quick. Oh, no. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get back here. Sorry. All right, so we got 80 pictures. We're not doing 80 pictures. So we got the front of the house, which I like. Now I would have liked to picture the front door, but whatever. Now we're inside. It is a vaulted ceiling. You can't argue that. That's a nice view. I get it. I really like, as I get older, I would like a massive bedroom, like one more. I don't even have to leave the whole day. Like there's in that, and then by the way, in that bedroom, there's the bed. There's 2 chairs. There's a couch. There's a television. There's a fireplace. And then you walk to the bathroom, and it's a big bathroom. It's the biggest, like my bedroom right now. There's a area for the toilet where you have a door. So, you know, people can use the bathroom while you're there if they need to. You can still have your privacy. There's a walk-in shower. And then there's a walk-in closet, big enough, you know, that I can literally just put all my clothes in, and my wife can put some of her clothes in, because no closet can contain her clothes. It's just not possible. All right. Well, it's nice, but I'm done. Let's move on to our articles. I thought this was an interesting one. Let's see what works here. It says, it isn't just home prices that are rising. Closing costs are soaring by this much. It says it's not just record high home prices and fast rising mortgage rates that home buyers have to worry about. They can't seem to catch a break, as closing costs they pay to complete the purchase of their home have also been increasing. Average closing costs shot up 13.4% in 2021, according to a recent report from CoreLogic's Closing Corp. Buyers shelled out an average of $6,905 in closing costs, an increase in roughly $818 over the previous year. That's on top of double-digit price increases and a housing shortage that stymied would-be buyers and made it difficult for first-time buyers to become homeowners. Sorry, I have an itchy nose. So my question would be, you know, home prices go up. Are people charging more in fees? I feel like they have. I mean, the last inspection I got was more expensive. The last sewer inspection I got was more expensive. I mean, I feel like that's true. But it wasn't that bad. It wasn't $1,000 more than normal. Most closing costs are linked to the price of the sale, says CoreLogic's chief economist Frank Nothaft. The rise in home prices is the single most important driver of the increase in closing costs. Closing costs includes fees for essential but not so exciting things, such as home appraisals by lenders, which haven't been that bad, land surveys, I haven't done a survey in a while, transfer taxes, and recording costs that provide official documentation of the change in ownership. These fees also include typical title policies, which ensure a seller has the right to transfer ownership of the property free of any liens or debts, which could be passed on to the new owners, and can include property and school taxes. Yeah, I don't really think of that as a closing cost, property taxes and school taxes. I just don't. Buyers generally had the highest closing costs in the eastern swath of the nation. Washington, D.C. buyers were slammed the most, forking over an average of $29,888 in fees in 2021 when purchasing properties. Delaware buyers paid the second most at $17,859, followed by New York, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. at $13,000, $13,926. You know, that's just crazy. We would never spend that much money. And here you go in the article. Closing costs were lowest in the Midwest and South. The states with the cheapest fees were Missouri at $2,061, Indiana at $2,200, North Dakota at $2,500, and Wyoming at $2,589, and Mississippi at $2,755. I guess we're just special here in Missouri because we really, I mean, they're not that bad. I don't even know how you could be at $30,000 for fees. Is insane. Washington, D.C., parts of the Northeast, and other high home price markets have relatively high closing costs because home prices are well above the national average. Likewise, many markets in the Midwest and Deep South have lower home prices because closing costs generally vary with home price. That is one reason for the variation. Yeah, but something's going on. You got to have, I mean, how many millions of dollars of a house would you have to get a $30,000 closing cost? I mean, that's bad. I do want to check that. Let me do something real quick. Okay. Let's continue. Look, I can't imagine spending that kind of money on a closing cost, but again, I'm in the lowest cost state there is. And understand, like, some states use lawyers to close. We don't use lawyers. So we don't have to. Here we go. This was a press release. It says S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Index shows annual home price gains increased to 19.8% in February. So I said, well, what's this about? I mean, I know things have gone up, but you know, what's this about? So it says New York, S&P Dow Jones Indices today released the latest results for the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Indices, the leading measure of U.S. home prices. Data released today for February 2022 show that home prices continue to increase across the U.S. More than 27 years of history are available for the data series and can be accessed in full by going to that website. Year over year, the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller U.S. National Home Price Index, covering all 9 U.S. Census divisions, reported a 19.8% annual gain in February, up from 19.1% in the previous month. The 10-city composite annual increase came in at 18.6%, up 17.3% from the previous month. The 20-city composite posted a 20.2 year-over-year gain, up from 18.9% in the previous month. Phoenix, Tampa, and Miami reported the highest year-over-year gains among the 20 cities in February. Phoenix led the way with 32.9% year-over-year price increase, followed by Tampa with a 32.6% increase and Miami with a 29.7% increase. All 20 cities reported higher price increases in the year ending February 22 versus the year ending January 2023. Month over month, before seasonal adjustment, the U.S. National Index posted a 1.7% month over month increase in February, while the 10 city and 20 city composites both posted increases of 2.4%. After a seasonal adjustment, the U.S. National Index posted a month over month increase of 1.9%, and the 10 city and 20 city composites both posted increases of 2.3 and 2.4%. In February, all 20 cities reported increases before and after seasonal adjustments analysis. U.S. home prices continue to advance at a very rapid pace in February, said Craig Lazara, managing director at S&P DJI. The National Composite Index recorded a gain of 19.8% for the 12 months ended February 2022. The 10 and 20 city composites rose 18.6 and 20.2%. Respectively. All three composites reflect an acceleration of price growth relative to January's level. The national composite's 19.8% year-over-year change for February was the third highest reading in 35 years of history. That level of price growth suggests broad strength in the housing market, which is exactly what we continue to observe. All 20 cities saw double-digit price increases for the 12 months ended in February, and price growth in all 20 cities accelerated relative to January's report. February price increase ranked in the top quartile of historical experience for every city, in the top decile for 18 of them. Phoenix's 32.9% price increase led all cities for the 33rd consecutive month, with Tampa and Miami close behind. Prices were strongest in the South and Southeast, but every region continued to show impressive gains. The macroeconomic environment is evolving rapidly and may not support extraordinary home price growth for much longer. The post-COVID resumption of general economic activity has stoked inflation, and the Federal Reserve has begun to increase interest rates in response. We may soon begin to see the impact of increasing mortgage rates on home prices. Well, what do we make of this? Well, so here's what I make. The market's really strong there. Now, the market being strong, is that I mean, that's good for sellers. I don't think it's good for buyers. I really don't. You could make the argument that it's good because buyers buy houses and then they get price appreciation, and so that's good. But when you have to pay so much just to get into the house in the first place, like say your neighbor's paying like $800 a month and now you're paying $1,600 a month to live in the same neighborhood, I don't know that that's a good thing. I don't agree with that. I don't think that that's good. Maybe it's just me, but now they say that there's not enough inventory, so maybe once they solve that, it's going to be okay. But just anecdotally, yesterday I'm watching this new development across the street from us, and they went in the MLS and they raised their prices. So, I mean, it's not good. It's not good because they raise their prices in a high inflationary environment as it is, with high mortgage rates, and so they still think they can get it, which is impressive. Good for them. Good for them. I don't know what their break-even point is, but I'm sure their schedule to make money is probably pretty impressive. I think it was a very expensive development. I just hope they get it built before the market goes south, because if they don't, we're just going to be looking at a terrible development that didn't ever take off, and then we'll have to wait years for it to go through bankruptcy and everything. And I'm sure they'll figure out a way for it not to, and it'll just be a mess. Just get it over with, like pull the Band-Aid off quick. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned that when you're sleeping, fears that seem very, very terrible oftentimes aren't that bad when you wake up. We learned that there's some nice homes in Omaha. Somebody seems to want to put motorcycles in their bedroom, in their office, but whatever. We learned that closing costs are really, really high in Washington, D.C., like way too high. And we learned that closing costs in Missouri are not that bad. I mean, when I haven't sold a house in a while, last time I sold a house, the closing cost for the seller was like $400, $500. I mean, nothing. And then we also learned finally that, you know, house prices are just going up rapidly. But we knew that, but this was just confirmation of that. And then we saw in places like Phoenix leading the way, which was kind of interesting to me because, you know, that's where Zillow the iBuyer had just eaten it a while back. So anyway, you know, I don't see anybody in the chat, so I don't think I'm going to stay on much longer. I just wanted to say thank you for watching when you do watch. Please subscribe if you get a chance. It's like, if there's one thing I could ask for, it's like, please subscribe. Because I just want 1,000 subscribers. Is that, and why do I want it? Because that's what YouTube has said is, you know, the start. One of the channels I follow has only 400,000 subscribers. I'm really surprised by that because they're putting out good stuff every day. And then another one, I said 600,000 subscribers, but it was only 60,000. But still, it's really good. Keep it up. And they ask for subscribers all the time. I tend to not, but every once in a while you'll get a please subscribe. So with that, I'm going to head out. I'll see you tomorrow. It'll be 9 o'clock. Be there.